Donovan Mitchell is frustrated with the Cleveland Cavaliers after they're now 4-6 in their last 10, and this pertains to the New York Knicks, as the Knicks could very well take that 3 seed and also take Donovan Mitchell with them. So what's up? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to waste no time jumping right into the video because the Cavs are 4-6 in their last 10 because they suck. And we can see the New York Knicks take their spot for the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference, avoid the Celtics till the Eastern Conference Finals, and also potentially take Donovan Mitchell along with that 3 seed down the line. Donovan Mitchell's upset with another loss for the Cavs. This one came from the Denver Nuggets, and here's what he had to say on it. I told you at the beginning of the season, if we had these struggles at this point, then it's a problem. He's referring to a conversation that he had after the Cavs started 3-5. Because they suck. It can't happen. I can say this all now. We have to find a way to figure it out. It's not going to linger after tonight. Have to watch the film and get back to what we do, but it can happen. We can all point to this shit. It's April. Fuck. It's April. We've got to figure it out, and we will. Rare profanity. Woo. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. Also, he continued this. It's highlighted here that Donovan did play a really poor game, but he's dealing with a few injuries right now, nasal fracture and a knee injury, though he did not make any excuses, even though he was not 100%. He said, I'm working back into it, and kind of that was just asked because he was playing at not full strength, and that was apparently very obvious. I'll be honest, I didn't watch that game. I'm not watching the Cavs. That's natural. I'm not worried about it. Just continue to build the reps and build the mental confidence in it. At the end of the day, I'm fine. I have to play better. We have to play better. I'm not going to sit here and point to that. Everyone else is going to look at it like that. But it's April. We got to be better. And Donovan Mitchell is absolutely right. Look, this isn't Cavs Digest, and I'm not going to talk about the Cavs that much or you guys might all fall asleep. But if you look at this Cleveland Cavaliers team, it's clear they're not built correctly. Evan Mobley can't shoot a basketball at all. Jarrett Allen can't either. Max Strus has been a solid pickup for them, but they still do not have that good of shooting. Their court spacing's bad. Their backcourt defense is atrocious because neither Garland nor Donovan Mitchell plays much of defense. Their team is just built poorly because Evan Mobley didn't break out. The whole thing was they'd be a great team because they'd have an elite defender in Evan Mobley who's supposed to be an elite two-way player, similar to the mold of Anthony Davis. That obviously has not happened. Jarrett Allen would be another solid center that they have until Mobley blossoms into a center, something else that has not happened. And then Donovan Mitchell would be surrounded by Darius Garland, some role players, along with Evan Mobley, who was going to be their lead star. But this has not happened. The Cavs have been a very, very massive disappointment after trading for Mitchell, after expecting to be a team that would be contending for the NBA Finals. And, I mean, last year, we saw what happened. They won one game against the Knicks because the Knicks could not shoot the ball whatsoever all series. And then the Knicks played better defense than the Cavs, even though the Cavs were supposed to be some big defensive monster and supposed to beat the Knicks. Nope, you got Brunson once again, Donovan. So shout out Donovan Mitchell because him and I played in the same basketball program once. But here, Dan Gilbert kind of talked about it a few weeks ago and said, we've been talking to him, sure, for the last couple of years about extending his contract. We think he will extend. I think if you listen to him talk, he loves the city. Cap. He loves the situation he's in because our players are very young and we're just kind of putting the core together that he's clearly the biggest part of. And look, Dan Gilbert's right about that. But at the same time, I don't think Donovan was supposed to be the biggest part of that core. Now that he is, they're in trouble. Basically, Donovan Mitchell did not want to carry an entire offense like he did with the Utah Jazz, so he requested a trade, thought he was going to end up on the Knicks, was sure he was going to end up on the Knicks. Cavs trade for him because Danny Ainge just didn't want to trade Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks because Danny Ainge is just kind of a weird guy, I guess. I don't know. He's got weird beefs. And having beefs with other front offices is never going to get you anywhere in the NBA. It's just going to harm you. Given Lauri Markkanen broke out in the Jazz, so Danny Ainge, you pulled it off again. Shout out to you for absolutely just eviscerating the Cavs in a trade. Because, yeah, Donovan Mitchell's still definitely better than Lauri Markkanen, like easily. But the Cavs have just not worked with this team. Donovan Mitchell is saying, it's April, it's effing April. Why are we still not able to consistently put together wins, despite the fact that they are a 3 seed? The one time they consistently put together wins, Darius Garland and Evan Mobley literally were not there. They were both out with injuries. That is so concerning for a team that you guys are better when two of your four best players are not there. That is a really bad sign. And I think that is a sign for someone like Donovan Mitchell to try to get out of that terrible, terrible, terrible organization. That, guys, mind you, they would be viewed as one of the worst organizations in basketball. They'd be viewed full poverty franchise if it wasn't for that one guy who goes by the name of LeBron James, who won them that title after they got around 5,000 first overall picks and botched all of them except for LeBron and Kyrie. I guess Andrew Wiggins got him Kevin Love, so that counts as a win for them. Because Kevin Love, massive part for their championship teams. Probably could not have done it without him, though he was playing concussed that series. Who cares? That was 8 years ago. But if talks between Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs collapse, Zach Buckley has kind of talked about Bleacher Report listing the five-time All-Star as a potential trade to go to the Knicks, and basically said that he might not be thinking with a blue and orange tinted future at the moment, but that could change if the Cavs suffer another early playoff loss again. If he isn't fully sold on Cleveland's future, he could make things awfully uncomfortable for the franchise, since he can reach free agency as soon as 2025. And that's absolutely true, and he absolutely will opt out. If he requested a trade, the Knicks would surely come calling, and the Cavs would have to at least entertain some of those talks. It might take something like 3 first-round picks, pick swaps, and more to get him, but if New York is convinced he's the missing piece to the championship puzzle, that is a price to pay. Now, I think a lot of us kind of view this similarly, that Donovan Mitchell is just not the missing piece to this team. He doesn't really fit that much, except for the fact that the Knicks do have a desperate need for more shot creation. I wouldn't mind Donovan, but I would really not give much more than Bojan Bogdanovic, Precious Achiuwa in some sign and trade thing, Jericho Sims to make the money work, 3 first-round picks, maybe one of them being our own, and then a pick swap. Like, outside of that, I'm not doing much more because that's where I value Donovan Mitchell to this New York Knicks team. I think there's a lot of other players who the Knicks can go for who will make them a better team than what Donovan Mitchell will. I don't love the idea of Mitchell and Brunson in the backcourt. Never have. I just didn't think it made much sense. Neither of them are a lead defender. The Knicks have Dante DiVincenzo back there. Is he a lead defender? No, but he's a very, very, very good on-ball defender. Now, yes, maybe they can make it work. There's a good chance that the reason Donovan Mitchell has never really succeeded in the NBA at perimeter defense is through coaching. Tibbs will make Donovan Mitchell play defense. He just will. And Donovan's got a 6'10 wingspan and is an elite athlete with high basketball IQ. So he probably would be able to become a very good defender under Tibbs. Now, I think, honestly, if you look at the Knicks, they're in the best position to trade for Donovan Mitchell, but there's a good chance the Cavs just won't want to trade him to the Knicks the same way that Danny Ainge didn't, because the Knicks beat them up in the playoffs. I just could see that being a realistic situation. The problem is, I don't know who else you could really make a trade for. Maybe the Heat will finally be willing to part with Tyler Hero and accept the fact that Tyler Hero's not, I don't know, Steph Curry or something like they're convinced he is. And then who knows? I mean, guys, honestly, has anyone heard anything about Tyler Hero all season? Like, I just thought about this. I don't remember ever hearing Tyler Hero news all season. Just trade the guy. He's not the second coming. Just trade him. If you can get Donovan Mitchell, the Heat should trade him. But obviously, we know that the Heat are weird, and Scott, and Pat Riley knows what he's doing, so they'll figure it out. They'll probably manage to get really far in the playoffs once again, as the Heat always do. But if you really look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're in a weird situation. The Knicks have a very good chance to capitalize this right now and in the future through both trying to just squeeze themselves into that 3rd seed, make the Cavs run into the Celtics in the 2nd round. If they make it that far, they obviously could just lose to the Orlando Magic, because again, the Cavs, not really the greatest built team ever. They just don't function well, very clearly. And I think if they lose in the 1st round, Donovan Mitchell is either going to request a trade or say, yeah, I'll give it another year, but if we lose early, I'm going to opt out of my contract, go into free agency, and leave the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell is very ready to put the Cavs in a very uncomfortable spot, and I look forward to seeing it, because not only do I dislike the Cleveland Cavaliers now that LeBron's not there, but I also just straight up think that the Knicks can use this in some way, whether it's getting Donovan or not, to manipulate teams into getting some more talent on this roster. And the Knicks, what they're doing right now, the era of basketball that we're in, is not stack your team up with all-stars. It's make the best, deepest team possible, make it just a great overall basketball team, and you could win the NBA Finals. I do think the Knicks could make it work. If they can make it work with Dante DiVincenzo, who is a better on-ball defender than Donovan, I understand, but like, still, I think they could make it work with Donovan Mitchell. They could also just find someone else, make a trade for. We're going to see what happens this playoffs. That's what will dictate the trade market, especially for the New York Knicks, to see what they want to do, who they want to retain, what they want to use that Bogdanovich contract for. Comment down below who you guys want to see that trade being. Donovan, obviously, realistic option. 27 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 37% from 3, 46% from the field. The man is an elite offensive player. The question fully lies on defense with Donovan. And also, very quickly, new segment, comment of the day. Joseph Patterson, one of my favorite commenters and viewers of Knicks Digest, said that you crack yourself up. Yes, I do, guys. I'm trying to make these videos as enjoyable as possible while also giving high knowledge basketball takes and hoping to God that my building's not on fire because there's an absolute army of sirens outside. So I'm going to make sure my brother didn't set the kitchen on fire. Have a good day. Go Knicks.